Welcome back to my second channel. Ignore my random ass outfit. I'm freezing, so I'm wearing really random clothing. Anyways, today we're going to be talking about how to manifest an ex, a crush, a soulmate, a friend, celebrity, pretty much anyone into your life. Let's start off. If you already have like an existing energetic attachment to them, you have that bond already, the key to bring them back is to then detach. Now, this is probably happening with an ex. You have that existing bond, that soul tie with them, and whether you like it or not, we can feel one another's thoughts. Even if you're thinking about them, sometimes it can be their thoughts telepathically in your head. There was a guy who I kind of just forgot about and I got over him, and guys, I kid you not, all of a sudden I just started thinking about him non-stop every day, all of a sudden. And I'm like, this mother is manifesting me right now. And it worked. It worked. I think it can go one of two ways, honestly. If you're thinking of them too much, it can completely repel the energy, because whatever we chase, it moves away from us. We need to bring it in. Have you ever had an experience where you forget about someone and you get over them, and then that's when they come back? It has happened to me countless times. Sometimes those thoughts you start thinking about that person can actually be them pulling away their energy as well. And you're like, oh, something is missing from me now. Like, I don't know what it is. It's their energy, but okay, let's start to obsess over them. Attaching is so difficult. It is so much easier said than done to be like, hey, just go detach. It's hard because we're human. We have that existing bond to someone. We miss them, we want them, blah, blah, blah. But the key here is to just give it time and also not nurture your obsession with them. So to cut that obsession, you need to stop talking about them to your friends. You need to stop stalking them. You need to put that energy onto your own life. And actually, I'm going to give you a little paragraph here, okay? If you can't stop thinking about someone, listen to this. Every minute you waste dwelling on them is a minute they're investing into their own life and not yours. Imagine if you keep focusing on them. You don't work on yourself because you're too busy thinking of them and manifesting them back. You stay trapped in the cycle of emotional exhaustion. Every day will feel like it's slipping away, with your potential being wasted on thoughts about someone who isn't giving you what you deserve or doesn't even acknowledge you. While you obsess over what could have been, life will pass you by. Your goals, your dreams, and inner growth will take a backseat to someone who isn't even showing up for you. And what's worse is that they will have probably moved on without a second thought while you're still replaying the same story. Yeah, I don't know, that paragraph does it for me every time. Knowing that they are out there living their life, building their dreams, and then you're out here like thinking of them, does it for me every time. Don't continue to obsessively think about them. They are going to feel your thoughts. You need to detach and pull away. And detaching in itself is very difficult, because I know there have been people where I want to detach from them, I want to cut the cord, and then I'm like, I know they're going to come back when I don't like them anymore, but I want them to come back and I like them. Then it makes me sad that I'm not going to want them when they come back. But ultimately, it's in your best interest. So detach. What you can also do is to manifest a higher love, a better love. And I like to say to the universe, if that person is meant for me, then bring them back into my life. If not, bring me someone better. So I love the Aaron Doughty love meditation. Works every time. My friend, she told me she did this meditation. She went on a train, literally met her fiance. It's wild. 30 minutes later. And every time I do this meditation, someone comes back into my life. And it's because I literally have placeboed this meditation, where I'm like, every time I do this, something crazy is going to happen. And I go and tell you guys that every time I do it, and my friends do it, something crazy happens. You have that expectation now, so it will inevitably manifest. But what the meditation does is elevate your frequency and get you into the state of receiving that love. It generates love within ourselves. And of course, if we are a love magnet, we magnetize love to us. It's actually quite simple to manifest an ex back. It's detachment, and then focusing on you, and then increasing your vibrational frequency to attract better things into your life. If you are vibrating so high, they will be magnetized back to you. Now, that is from a law of attraction perspective. I prefer law of attraction because it's almost like a religion, right? Where In religion, you believe that God has a plan for you. I believe the universe has a plan. So I allow the universe to either remove that person or bring it back into my life. And if there is someone better, someone new will come. Law of assumption, law of attraction, they are intertwined. Same with science, right? Because it's all based on frequency. When you are doing repetitive affirmations with Neville Goddard's law of assumption, that is like the same thing. It's like elevating your frequency and then almost coding your reality to make sure that comes into your life. You can do repetitive affirmations and sats and it will come back inevitably. They will come back. But whether or not they are for you, they are the highest person for you, that's another story. Anyway, guys, if you are interested in getting therapy, you know I'm a huge advocate for it, especially as a psychology graduate. Go and use BetterHelp. Thank you to BetterHelp for sponsoring today's video. BetterHelp is the paid partner of this video. They're on a mission to make starting therapy easier. Therapy is amazing for your mental health, getting to know yourself better. In the case like this, relationship issues, attachment, detachment, whatever, your therapist can really help you get to the root cause of things like you're obsessive, why are you obsessive? We can go deeper into the subconscious and figure out why, and your therapist can help with that. I find a lot of the people who think they're fine, they're not. We're in denial a lot of the times. Seeking therapy is a sign of strength and also self-awareness that you want to get better. There's also a journal inside the platform, which I love, so you can write your reflections. And there's also a number of group sessions available every day. Starting therapy with BetterHelp is super easy. All you need to do is fill out a questionnaire, and usually within 48 hours, BetterHelp will match you with a therapist for you. If you don't like your therapist because it is a bit like dating, you can switch free of charge. And you can keep switching until you find a therapist you really like. And if you were to do this in person, it is very difficult and would take a lot of time. BetterHelp carefully makes sure the therapists are well qualified, and their customer support team is here to help you if you have any questions or issues. With over 7,000 reviews and a 4.5-star rating on Trustpilot, BetterHelp is a platform you can trust. So if you're struggling, go to my link right here, you guys, to get 10% off your first month of therapy with BetterHelp. That's why I don't like forcing things like this with the law of assumption. I prefer to just allow it when it comes to love, and for situations where I don't know if this is the highest plan for me, I allow a larger force to take over. God, the universe, whatever. There have been instances though where I do really want someone to come back because I want closure, and then what I do is I put on a sleep tape as well. I think her name is High Frequency Guru and Cutie Meditations. I put on that, specifically the ones about like breaking someone's ego and making them come back to you. And then I just kind of like imagine a scene where they're coming back, like a text message or whatever. But I only do that for closure. I really don't recommend it because deep in your soul, guys, you know the truth. You know the truth. You always know if they are meant for you or not. I can tell there have been people in my life where maybe I've left them and I don't think they're for me, but I know we're going to have a reunion. I know it's going to come back. Whether that is a karmic link, we have unfinished karma together, unfinished lessons that we have not learned yet, I can sense it. And when someone is meant to be in your life, you're going to run into them again. The universe, God, will bring you back together. If they are not meant for you, you will not see them again. I think I've told the story of my ex where when we broke up, I've been to Sydney like so many times since moving away. I've never run into them. Yet there will be people in my life who, because I travel so much and I don't talk to them, I will meet them randomly in the street in different countries around the world. Like, what are the chances of that? Because we have that soul contract coming into this lifetime where we're meant to meet and we're meant to, you know, help each other expand, learn those karmic lessons, whatever, and move on. A lot of you guys are attached and you're probably like, why am I so attached? Karmic partner. We want to manifest our soulmate. So when I say higher partner, I mean soulmate. Soulmate relationships are what you want, not twin flame. Twin flame is traumatic. It's beautiful and passionate, but it's traumatic, okay? It's like so up and down and tiring. You fall apart, you come back together, blah, blah, blah. Soulmate, you have all that passion without all the trauma. It's just peaceful and you're still elevating one another. So write your list. Remember, when you write your list of what you want your dream partner to be, that is your higher self already knowing what you want. That person is out there. You are predestined to meet that person. It's not a coincidence you want someone with red hair and blue eyes. Hey, that's probably him. Before you even came to Earth, that was him. Now we have multiple soulmates. We have so many. It comes in the forms of friends, animals, lovers, whatever, teachers. Whoever is meant for you at that time will come into your life. I'm telling you, the karmic partners who've come into my life, where they're destined to be in my life, I could have not predicted their arrival. And it never happened forcefully. It never happened through me like going and looking for them. It just naturally happened. It will happen in divine timing according to the universe or God's plan. So let's recap. You want to manifest your ex, detachment, elevate frequency. And if you want to force it, law of assumption, repetition, affirmations, stay to to sleep. If you want to manifest soulmate, frequency, elevate vibration, put yourself out there, which means simply go out into the world more and have your list of what you want. So you can automatically become a match to that, and you know who he is when he comes. Because if you don't have that list, hey, he could walk by you, you can meet him in a cafe, he comes up to you and you're like, well, no, I don't know if it's you. How to manifest a celebrity. This is a bit more difficult because you don't have a soul bond yet. Or maybe you do. You need to do this through chance encounter then, which means you can elevate your frequency, and I would really utilize Neville Goddard law of assumption, which means you have that repetitive scene in your head of you meeting with them or you being with them, and then a bridge of incidents will form where you guys will eventually come together, whether it's a fan interaction that later develops to something else. But we always want to go to the end scene. So maybe the end scene is you guys on a holiday together, you look down, you have a wedding ring. You can do this with anyone, it's not just a celebrity, but I know a lot of you are interested in manifesting like a celebrity. I lead more towards law of attraction in the sense I believe it would just come to me. Every single celebrity I've had a crush on, especially when I was younger, in one way or the other, they have started to come into my life. It's so crazy. I'll give you guys an example. When I was 17, there was a guy on America's Next Top Model who I had the biggest crush on, okay? Biggest crush. When I was like, I think like 19, I was talking to this guy, literally on Instagram, crazy. And then when I was in New York, like recently, 5 years later, I was in someone's car and I literally look over and he's riding on his bicycle. It's just so crazy, the coincidence. But there are so many more like that. And eventually they just like kind of pop up. Same with YouTubers. When I was younger and I wanted to be a YouTuber, I would think of the people I would be friends with. When I started to blow up, they were all in my DMs. And a lot of us are friends now. So allow like the natural timing of things to unfold. It is so hard to detach. I can totally understand. There was like one point in time where I was having so much trouble detaching from this one person because we had 4 karmic links. There was just an unexplainable attraction to this. I could not pinpoint it. I had never felt that way. And when I ended things, I actually thought about them for like 3 months. I just couldn't get over it. And my friends are like, Simone, like this is insane. For you especially. At the most, it would take me 2 weeks to get over someone. This, 3 months. 3 months. So everyone, I hoped this helped you. We can make another video on karmics and soulmates if you want. Remember, if you have a lousy ex and you're attached to him, you shouldn't be watching this manifestation video. You should go watch my obsession video because it will really go into the brain there. We can really talk ourselves into thinking something's karmic, into thinking something's meant to be, but it's actually just obsession. I remember with my first boyfriend, I just felt like this tie to him even when we broke up, and he felt the same. And I'm like, I can't imagine this ever going. And then it did. One day, the moment I learned the lessons, we were karmic too. So, ich liebe dich. Tschüss.